Anyway, find yourself a space. We're going to be here for an hour. Have a drink of water handy. Find a nice seat. Cross your ankles. Create some length in your spine. Set any intentions for your practice today. Take a big deep breath in through your nose. Exhale softly, slowly out through the mouth. Take another big deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, releasing any thoughts. And then inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Bring your palms together, exhale, hands down to your hearts. Beginning with a twist, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bringing hands over to the right hand side. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, twisting through your upper body only. And then inhale, reaching all the way back up. And exhale, taking the hands over to your left hand side. Take a big sip of air. And then exhale, taking your head over the left shoulder. Twisting through the upper spine, squeezing the body from the inside. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring them down by your sides. Let's take a side stretch, bringing the right arm over to the side, the left arm drawing over the head. Reaching forwards and just grounding down through the sit bones. We're going to walk the hands all the way as far as we can. And then creep them slowly over to the left hand side. Bring your right arm over the ear. Enjoy that big morning stretch. And then let's make our way to a child's pose. Bringing the hands in front of us. The sit bones drawing down towards the heels. The arms nice and long. And we're going to bring the wrists and the elbows down to the earth. Open the feet a little so the heels are underneath your sit bones. Look forward in between your hands and begin to bring your chest forward, so chest low, hips high, elbows beginning to lift off the ground. Making your way through to a low cobra. Press the ground away. And exhale, bring your sit bones back down to your heels. Let's take that again. Inhale, rolling forward. So cat rolls that we're doing here, they're really great for building strength in your arms. Preparing for Chaturanga Dandasana later on in the practice. One more, inhale, coming through, chest low, hips high. Try to make the transition smooth. Exhale, pressing the ground away. Bring your belly up to the spine and bring your sit bones down to your heels. And you walk your hands over to the right hand side, taking your body over the right leg. Take a nice big deep breath. And then can you walk your hands over to the left hand side, taking your upper torso over your left leg, stretching out through the arms and the back. Take a nice big deep breath. And then softly walk your hands back to the center of the mat, fingers spread wide. We're going to begin to take a rolling wave. So let's take our chin to our chest and lift the sit bones away from our heels. Bring your belly up towards the spine. And then glide the hips through and forward and downwards. Inhale, opening up the shoulders, looking upwards. Exhale, pressing the ground away. Belly drawing up to the spine and the sit bones drawing down towards the heels. And we're going to keep going with these movements, bringing chin to the chest, lifting the belly up towards the spine, and remembering to listen to your body. If you're working with any injuries whatsoever, always modify the practice. This is a multi-level class. And the joy of being at home is you can just go at your own pace without having to worry about anybody else in the class. So be safe and move with me this morning. One more rolling wave, lifting all the way up and through to a full up dog. This time lift your thighs off the ground, press the ground away, and let's meet in a downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting the heels off the ground. And if you can, bring your heels all the way down to the earth. If you can get that far, lift your toes. And And again, inhale, bringing your heels off the ground. And exhale, pressing down. And this time taking a full rolling wave, lifting your heels off the ground, looking down at your navel. And create that full rolling wave, gliding the hips down. And inhale, opening the heart, looking upwards. Exhale, pressing the ground away, bring your hips up towards the sky. Draw your heels down towards the earth. Let's bring the left foot towards the right and take the right leg up to the sky, flexing your right toes to the shin. Bring your right heel towards your hip and then elevate your left heel. You're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest and then step the foot through in between the hands. Bring your left knee down to the earth. Inhale, bring both arms up to the sky. Taking a big sip of air, bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Taking your right hand on top of the right knee. Can you circle your left arm, opening up the left shoulder? You can even follow the hand with your gaze. Circling it all the way around. On the third circle, keep your gaze forward and your hips facing forward as we bring the left hand either down to the lower back, the back leg, or perhaps the heel, taking a little back bend, dropping the head. And then circling your right arm, followed by the left, to frame your front foot. Tuck under your left toes and lift the knee off the ground. And then let's step the left foot through to meet the right and rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhaling, reaching up to the sky, bringing palms together. Exhaling, bringing the hands down to the heart. And again, inhale, reaching all the way up. Palms to touch. Exhale, glide your arms either side of the body, swan diving down. Inhale, let's lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands down to the earth, step back with your right foot. Staying on the ball of the right foot, we're going to bring the arms up either side, up to a crescent lunge. Inhaling, reaching up to the sky, splaying the fingers. And then exhale, bring your right arm forward and your left arm behind. So we're twisting that lunge, looking behind the left hand. Take a breath. And then let's bring both arms up to the sky. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to the heart. Take your hands either side of your front foot. Begin to straighten your front leg. And perhaps lift your left toes for a moment. Take a breath. And then exhale, softly place your left foot down to the ground. Place both hands down to the ground. Let's step it back into a plank. In a plank, can you bring your knees, your tops of your feet, your chin and chest down to the earth, the elbows hugging into the body. And now we're going to take a very small spinal undulation through the lower spine. So we're going to bring the chin to the chest, the pubic bone towards the navel, and glide all the way through to a low cobra. Press the ground away, and we meet once more in child's pose. Placing forehead down to the ground, lengthening the back, walking the fingertips a little forward if you can, belly sinking down in, down towards the earth. Take a big, deep, dry breath. And a long exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to start to move again, taking a rolling wave, bringing your chin to your chest. Lift your sit bones up and away from your heels. Bring your pubic bone towards your navel, creating that wave-like roll through your lower back. Inhale, looking up, taking a nice big sip of air. Exhale, transitioning to your downward facing dog. Flipping over the feet. Inhale, lifting your heels off the ground. Can you bring the heels over to the right side and lift your toes? And coming up onto the balls of your feet. Bring your heels over to your left hand side and lift your toes. Bring your heels off the ground. Drawing your heels down towards the earth. I'm going to take the right foot towards the left and bring your left leg up to the sky. Inhaling, lifting that leg high. Take your left heel to your hip. Elevate your right heel. Bring your left knee in towards the chest. And then step your foot through in between the hands. Bring your right knee down to the earth and the top of the foot too. Inhale, bring both arms up to the sky. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Taking your left hand on top of the left knee. We're going to circle the right arm this time. All the way back and behind. Opening up the right shoulder. Reaching up, following the hand with the gaze. Or the drishti, as we call it in yoga. Last one. Drishti, or the gaze stays forward. The right hand's going to find the lower back, the back leg, or the back heel perhaps. And carefully leaning back. And then circling when you're ready, the left hand followed by the right to frame the front foot. Coming onto the ball of your back foot, we're going to lift the right knee off the ground and step through. And then bring yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Taking a big inhale and reaching the arms up to the sky, bringing palms together. Exhale, bringing your hands down to your heart. Inhale once more, bringing your arms up to the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, glide your arms either side, forward folding, down we go. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, folding down. Perhaps going a little deeper than last time. Placing fingertips down to the earth, step back with your left foot. Staying onto the ball of the left foot, bring your arms either side of the body and up above your shoulders, crescent lunge. Good, find your balance, reach up to the sky. And then bring your left arm forward and your right arm behind. Looking behind the right fingers. Inhale, bring your arms all the way back up. Exhale, bring your palms together, hands drawing down to the heart. Take your hands either side of the front foot. Then step back into plank. And we're going to repeat this little move again. So, bringing the knees, the tops of your feet, your chin and chest down to the earth, the elbows stay just squeezed in. And then simultaneously bringing your chin towards your chest and your pubic bone towards your navel, and a little wave-like roll through the lower spine, arriving in cobra. And exhale this time, drawing all the way through to down dog, tucking toes under. And here we are in downward facing dog. Take your head a little from side to side. And look down in between the thighs or down towards your navel. Press through all 10 fingers. Allowing that feeling, the sensations to occur that happens when the blood flow rushes down towards the head. Breath nice and deep. And let's take a full rolling wave, lifting your heels off the ground. Rolling through, taking the shoulders over your wrists. Beginning to descend downwards with the hips until they're just floating, and then opening the chest and opening your shoulders, taking a big breath. And then exhale, pressing the ground away, hips draw up to the sky, sit bones rise up, and heels draw down towards the earth, back to downward facing dog. Let's take the left foot towards the right, and bring the right leg up to the sky. Bring your right knee in towards the nose. Squeezing the leg into the chest. And then swoop the leg back up to the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee over towards your right upper arm, making a micro bend there. Option to extend the leg and perhaps lift the left leg for a moment. And then swoop your right leg back up to the sky with an inhale. Exhale, let's take the right knee to the left upper arm. And swoop the right leg back up to the sky. Take your right heel towards your hip and then begin to open your hip. So stacking your right hip over the left. Looking down at your left big toe. And in the near future, whenever you're ready, we're going to take a big gigantic step with the right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. Same with the left foot to the outer edge of your left hand, arriving in Malasana, opening your knees with your elbows, bringing your thumbs to the center of your heart. With a nice straight back, lengthening through the spine. Perhaps lift your sit bones just a little from the ground. And let's take the hands in front and just ball the hands into fists and just circle with the wrists a little. Just letting go of any tension, or this is also, by balling the fist, you're also kind of strengthening the wrist muscles here too. And then we could take the hands behind the neck too and draw the chin down in towards the chest, just to release any tension in the neck. Releasing the back of the neck, can you bring your fingertips down to the earth and bring your hips up to the sky, lengthening your legs. And walk your hands over to the right hand side, folding over your right leg. By the way, if this class is too dynamic for you, there's another class over on my stories that you can access from last night that is much more chilled with elements of Tai Chi and soft movements within. Let's walk hands over to the left hand side and fold over the left leg too. And now walking your hands back to the center of your feet, heel toe them to hip width apart. And with a soft bend of the knees, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, bringing both arms up to the sky, bringing palms together. Exhale, bringing hands down through the center of the body, forward folding all the way down. Inhale, let's take the two-piece fingers into the big toes, and then inhale, lift the heart away. And then exhale, softly, slowly, or dynamically, drawing into your forward fold, sit bones drawing upwards. Let's release the toes, bring the hands down to the earth, step back with the right foot, bring your right knee down to the earth, bring both arms up to the sky, inhale, bring your palms together, let's take it into a twist, taking the right elbow and hooking over the left knee. Now press your left palm into the right, begin to look over your left shoulder. And for some of us, we might be able to pick the back knee off the ground. And one more big deep breath together. Exhale out of the twist, bringing both hands either side of your front foot. Let's step back into a plank. Push back into the heels, make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Chaturanga Dandasana, let's lower the whole body down to this floating. And then inhale, rising up to upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Good, 3 big deep breaths here, pressing the ground away. Looking down in between the thighs. Down at your navel. And then taking a rolling wave, lift your heels off the ground. Bring your chin towards the chest. Roll your shoulders forwards. Bring your hips downwards. Inhale, rising up to up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Swoop your left leg up to the sky. Bring your left knee in towards your nose, taking your shoulder. Okay, we're back. So we're back in Malasana pose. Opening the knees, bringing the hands to the heart, taking a few deep breaths. So join me in Malasana pose. Take 3 or 4 deep breaths for me. I'm just coming for a quick little rescue of the phone. So keep that breath going. Opening the knees with your elbows. Here we go. Thank you for bearing with me. There we go. All right, from Balasana pose, bring your fingertips down to the earth. Bring your hips up to the sky. Lengthen the legs. Heel toe your feet to hip width apart. And then softly rise up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your arms up to the sky. Inhale, reaching up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to the heart. Gliding all the way down to the earth. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, folding down. Let's step it back with the left foot. And bring the left knee down to the earth. Inhale, bring both arms up to the sky. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. And then let's hook the left elbow over the outer edge of the right knee. Press your right palm onto the left. Look over your right shoulder. Take a nice big deep breath. If anybody wants to, you can tuck under the left toes and lift up the left knee, adding an element of balance to it too, and a little hamstring and glute stretch. One more breath. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down to the earth and step back into a plank. Once more, chaturanga. So engage the belly. Lower your body down to the earth. Inhale, rise up to upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths again, looking downwards to your navel. So the neck is totally loose. Heels drawing down to the earth. Arms long. Breath deep and long. Extending your exhale. And here we go. We're going to take the left foot towards the right. Bring the right leg up to the sky, flexing the right toes to the shin. Take your right heel to your hip. Elevate your left heel. Bring your right knee in towards the chest. And then step your foot through in between your hands. Let's take the right hand into a fist and bring that fist up towards the shoulder. Take your left hand into a fist and then begin to rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Bring your left fingers forward. Make a circle with your left arm. Spin and ground your left foot. Glide your right arm forward with your palm facing upwards. Circle your arms, straightening the right leg, lifting the right toes off the ground. Cross your hands through and push away with your left hand and forward with your right. Bring your right hand in towards your hip. Turn your right toes forward, gliding through into a lunge. Bring your right hand down to the earth if you can, to the outside of the foot, and your left arm up and over your ear, stretching forward. Let's bring the left hand down to the earth now and come back onto the left ball of the foot and swoop your right leg back up to the sky. Inhaling, reaching that leg up high, and now taking the right knee over to your right wrist. And we're going to take the right knee, shin and ankle down to the mat and glide the left leg away, walking the hands back. Ready to take some pigeon undulations here, spinal undulations. So trying to lengthen your back, drawing your shoulders back, propping your right hip if you need, making any adjustments. And then exhale, let's again exhale, bringing belly and chest forward, slowly and downwards. And then inhale, bring your chin to your chest and slowly rise back up. Exhale, bringing your belly and chest slowly downwards. And inhale, rising back up. And exhale, bring the whole self down to the mats. And you can either cradle your head in the hands, or perhaps you could join me bringing your forehead down to the earth and lengthening the arms away. Let's take 3 big deep breaths together. We're going to just lengthen the exhale though. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And allow your breath to become normal. And notice how you feel. Let's begin to walk our hands and arms over to the right hand side, taking the torso over the right leg, a little stretch off to the side. A couple of big deep breaths. And then same thing on to the other side. Let's walk the hands over to the left hand side. Picking the chest as low as it wants to go, and we should feel a deep sensation into the right hip. And once more, a couple of deep breaths. And then let's walk the hands back to the center. Oh, knocking over a candle. Let's walk the hands slowly, slowly, slowly back up. And now we're going to bring the left heel in towards the hip. And maybe if you've been for a run this morning, this is a really good stretch for the quad. So we're going to take the left hand to the left foot and begin to bring that foot, that heel, in towards the hip. And perhaps you want to go a little further. If you can bring the foot into the crook of the elbow. To do that though, we need this right hand to be quite far back, as long as that doesn't cause any issues on the back. And then maybe I'm going to take a little balance, reaching the right arm forward, perhaps even reaching the right arm over the head and binding with the left hand. Take one more breath and ease, like twist around a little, looking over the left shoulder. And then release that bind. Bring both hands down to the earth. And we're going to scoot the left leg around to the front. And bring your right sole of the foot into your left thigh crease. So bring both arms up to the sky. Take a big sip of air and then exhale. Bring your belly and chest forward, reaching for the sole of the foot or the ankle or the leg, wherever you can reach for. Look over your toes and then bring your belly and chest downwards, tucking your toes, your left toes into your shin. Breathe into any areas of tension. So I'm certainly not feeling as flexible as usual, having been a little bit poorly, which is very unusual. I don't usually do ill, I don't get poorly. This one was unavoidable. So let's bring the left two-piece fingers into the big toe, or you can even flip the hand around the sole of the foot if you can. Bring your left shoulder down. Bring your right arm up and over your right ear. Starting to feel here a big stretch on your lower right side body here and the lower spine. And maybe you could bind the two hands together. Ground through the right sit bone at the same time. Good. 2 more breaths here. taking that longer exhale. Going a little further into this stretch before we release the stress, the stretch even. It shouldn't be stressful, it should be the opposite. Let's bring both legs forward. Okay, so from here we're going to reach the arms up to the sky and then reach forward, but take your right hand to your left toe or left sole of the foot, or perhaps the left ankle. And then as you lift your left leg off the ground, can you bring your left arm behind you and look over that shoulder, lifting the left leg a little higher. Take another breath. And then let's bring the left foot down to the earth. Take your left hand now to the right ankle, right sole of the foot, right toe, and bring your right arm behind you, wherever you can reach for. Lift your left leg high, look behind your right shoulder, breathing. And one more breath. Good, let's release and bring both soles of the feet together. So just bringing the feet in towards you as much as you can. Take your thumbs to the insides of the soles of the feet and open those soles of the feet up towards the sky. Try and draw your shoulders back, create length in your spine. Take a breath and then draw your chin down in towards the chest. I'm going to roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. And then roll the left ear over towards your left shoulder. Draw your chin back down in towards your chest and begin to look upwards. Taking the feet just in front of you, we're going to bring the hands to the backs of the knees. Engage your belly, sit up tall, and then exhale, bring yourself gently back, engaging your belly. Let's lift the heels and the toes off the ground. Bring the feet parallel to the knees. Keeping your belly engaged, can you release the backs of the knees, looking forward over the toes. And then can you bring your arms over to the right hand side, keeping your belly engaged. Couple of breaths. Let's bring the arms over to the left hand side now. Keep building that strength from within. And then bring your arms either side of the knees. As long as the back isn't causing any issues, then we're going to take 3 dips down towards the ground. So we're going to lengthen the back and the legs and a hover, and then inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hover. Inhale, rise back up. One more, exhale down and hover. And inhale, rise up. Cross your ankles over, bring your hands down to the earth and float back into a plank. Holding plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chaturanga. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, back to down dog, flipping over the feet. And just allow this to be your resting pose, looking down towards the belly. Press the ground away, making sure your head is nice and loose. Take a big deep breath. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your heels off the ground. Through a rolling wave, bring your shoulders forward, looking down at your navel, and then the gaze begins to rise as the hips lower down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, press the ground away. Bring your hips up to the sky, heels drawing down to the earth. Step your right foot towards your left, bring your left leg up to the sky. Inhale, lifting that leg high. Take your left heel to your hip, elevate your right heel, bring your left knee in towards the chest, and step your foot through in between the hands. Bring your left hand into a fist. Bring that fist up to your shoulder. Bring your right hand into a fist, rising up to archer's pose. So let's take the right fingers forward. Make a circle with the right arm. I don't know how this is doing this online for you, but I'll go slowly. Spin around your right heel and glide your left arm forward with your palm, your left palm facing upwards, like a warrior two pose, but with the palm upwards. The palm upwards means that you can then circle the arms. So the left arm draws up, right arm draws down, and we take the weight into the right knee and hip. Then we cross the hands in front of the chest, in front of the heart, and then push away with the right hand and forward with the left. So if you're protecting from behind and in front. Bring your left hand towards your left hip. Lift your left foot off the ground and then glide through into a lunge. Start to take your left hand down to the outer edge of the left foot if you can reach. And bring your right arm all the way up and over your ear to extended side angle pose. Breathe. Bring your right hand down to the earth, back under your right toes. And then we're going to swoop the left leg up to the sky. Inhaling, lifting that leg high. And then taking your left knee over to your left wrist, fold it down, placing left shin and ankle down to the top of your mat. Glide your right leg away. Walk your hands just slowly back. Take a big sip of air. And then exhale, bring your belly and chest forwards and downwards. Inhale, bringing your chin to your chest. Begin to rise upwards again. Exhale softly, slowly downwards. Inhale, rising all the way back up. And then exhale, bring it all the way down. Walking the hands forward, perhaps placing the forehead down to the ground or making a nest in the arms for your head. Closing your eyes, we're going to breathe in again to my count. So breathing in through the nose, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Hopefully you should feel yourself relax a little, your heart slow down through this parasympathetic breath. And if you want to, we're going to walk the hands over to the left hand side. Stretching out through the back, lengthening through your arms. And then walking your hands over to the right hand side. Bring your belly and chest downwards, stretching out. And then walking your hands back to the center of your mat. Begin to creep the hands back up. And then sit down onto your left sit bone. Let's glide the right leg around to the front. And bring your left sole of the foot into your inner thigh. Bring your arms up to the sky. Inhale, reaching up as high as you can. And then exhale, bringing your belly and chest forward, folding over the leg, reaching for the sole of the foot. Bring your belly and chest forward, and then exhale softly, slowly, lowering down. Take a couple of breaths. Easing into your fold. And then we're going to change it up a little by bringing the right wrist up to the ceiling. Take a hold of the sole of the foot or the big toe. Bring your left arm up and over your ear and reach forward. Binding the two hands together. One more breath. And reach up and over. We're going to take it back to a pigeon pose now. So bring the right leg all the way back around behind you. Get yourself a little comfortable, a little aligned, and then bring your right foot in towards your right hip. And we're going to just start to stretch the quad and maybe lift the left arm up and away, perhaps even bind the two hands together. You might find this a little different from one side to the other. Mermaid pose. Big deep breath. Exhale, release. Anyone has any questions, feel free to DM me. Always happy to give tips. As I say, this class is a multi-level class today, so lots of different levels to suit all. Bring the right leg round to the front. If some poses aren't achievable for you, that's okay. We just keep working towards them. Let's take both feet back in front now and bring the hands to the backs of the knees, or you could choose to bring the arms around the edges of the legs and take hold of your big toes. Let's have a little fun here. You might tipple backwards, and that's fine, that's all part of the fun. Lift the heels off the ground and then bring your heels parallel to the knees, and only if your hamstrings will allow, we could this time straighten the legs. Try to create some heart space by drawing the shoulders back, lengthening your back, creating more space in your chest for those organs. And then very slowly and carefully, trying to keep a balancing point on your tailbone here. Open the ankles and look upwards. And at this point you may well do a topple back, that's fine, just come back and join us. Bring the feet back towards each other, and then we're going to release the feet and hold. Breathe. And then slowly, slowly, slowly coming down to hover. And then inhale, bending the knees, rising up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, rising up. We're going to come down to the mat now and do a little core work before we go upside down into an inversion. So bring your feet up towards you, feet onto the mat. We're going to bring the hands to the sides of the head. So this isn't really yoga, but this is core work, which we're bringing the hands to the sides of your head, feet onto the ground, and drawing both frontal hip points towards each other. We're going to peel the head off the ground and coming into a little crunch, hold, and then lower down, and just till you're hovering with the head. Again, squeeze your belly, rise up, and then slowly lower down till you're hovering. That's 2. Coming up for 3, and lower down. Again, 4, rising up just a little, but really engaging this band of muscle in between your 2 frontal hip points. And again, up, and lower down. Halfway, coming up, lower down. Coming up for 6, and lower. 7, and lower. 8, and lower down. Last 2, and lower. And 10, and lower. Hug your knees into the chest, take a little rock from side to side. And we're going to have a little go at a happy baby pose. But today we're going to do half a happy baby pose. So I'd like you to take your left leg down to the earth and take the right sole of the foot up to the sky. And if you can reach for the outer edge of the right foot, then take a hold of that. If that's not achievable, take a hold of the ankle or the back of the knee. Draw the right knee down in towards the earth and place your left hand to the side of your left head. So we're working into the right hip here, but we're going to now lift the left heel off the ground, engage the belly and look up to look at your left toe. Keep your belly engaged and lower down. And let's take 10 crunches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the belly squeezed the whole time, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Other side, taking the left sole of the foot up to the sky, grabbing a hold of the foot, right hand to the edge of the right head, and up we come again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Meet me in a plough pose. So bringing the hands down to the earth. Make sure the back of your neck is long. And bring your feet up to the sky. Lift up and over. Carefully bringing the toes down towards the earth. Either supporting the back with the hands, particularly if the feet are not touching the ground, or if you feel comfortable here, interlacing your fingers and pulling away. Just hanging out upside down for a moment. Maybe taking a deaf man's pose if that's an option. Just be safe, make sure you can breathe, make sure the back of the neck is long, and hold it for 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to bring the hands to the lower back and lift the feet up to the sky. And then very carefully bring your right leg down towards the earth and the left toes behind you, and we're going to slowly, carefully arrive in a bridge pose. And bringing the left leg down. We can flip the grip with the hands too, so the fingers are over the top of the hips and the thumbs underneath. And feel that belly stretch, quad stretch, big deep breath. And then bringing your hands down to the earth, down we come. Alright, so this morning we're going to go just have a little play at going upside down. If you've got someone in your house and you want to ask them to give you a hand, then just ask them to be nearby to perhaps catch you, or you could even go up against a wall if you prefer. When going up into headstand in particular, it's really important that you're using your whole body and you're not allowing the weight to just draw all the way down onto your neck and your head. You want to engage the shoulders, engage your core in particular, your quads, your thighs rolling inwards, pointing toes up to the sky, even engaging your calf muscles, so the whole body is working together. There's a couple of ways of doing it. You can either take the hands to cross over the arms so you can reach for the elbows, and then keep your elbows where they are onto the ground and take your hands forward, interlacing the fingers, and then take the crown of your head down to the earth. And then here's your positioning for headstand. There is this version, or you could take the tripod version. So you take the hands where the elbows were, and you take the crown of the head down to the earth where you were before. And whether you're in option 1 or 2, I'm going to pick the knees off the ground and start to walk the feet towards the hands. And then maybe just lift one leg up to the sky and place it down, or perhaps you want to bring both feet up to the sky. And just making sure you're supported. You might have a wall there. And then slowly coming back down, bringing knees down to the earth, and bringing sit bones down to the heels. Meet me in a child's pose, lengthening the arms out, bringing your forehead down to the earth. Take a big deep breath. And exhale. We're going to slowly, softly bring our hands down to our heels. And then rising up slowly, bringing chin to the chest. Begin to rise up into a kneeling pose. If the hands don't want to stay onto the heels, bring them to your lower back instead. And simply take a back bend. So perhaps from here, bringing the quads forward, opening up. Maybe if you've got this far, you could take both hands together to the heels. Into camel pose. Take a nice breath and then softly, slowly, coming all the way back down. Sit bones coming down to the ground. Let's bring both feet forward. And I think you've earned a really nice rest. So we're going to come back into Navasana first. Navasana boat pose. Bring the arms forward, perhaps extending the legs. And from Navasana down to Shavasana, softly, slowly lowering down to Mother Earth. Arriving in Shavasana pose with the palms up to the sky, the heart wide open. Take a big deep breath and close your eyes. Exhale softly, slowly. And taking a few moments here, just allowing yourself to feel reset. Noticing how you feel, noticing any tingling in the body. And just softly allow your whole body to melt down into the earth. Keeping your eyes closed as we take a few breaths together. Going to just have a couple of positive thoughts whilst you hold Shavasana. So positive thoughts of the day. Attitude is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Optimism is a choice. Kindness is a choice. Giving is a choice. Respect is a choice. Whatever choice you make makes you. So choose wisely. Take a moment just to think about who you want to be today. What intentions do you want to bring into your day today? Whatever you do, be soft with yourself. Just give yourself a couple of intentions, a couple of goals for today. And just taking a moment of gratitude. Breaths together. With each breath you take, think of something else you're grateful for today. a gentle wiggle of your toes, gentle wiggle of your fingers. Still laying down, take a big stretch, take the arms above your head, take hold of a wrist, pull your shoulders up towards your ears. Take a big stretch off to one side, and then a big stretch off to another side. Bring your arms up to the sky and exhale, bring your knees into your chest, hug your knees into your chest. And then softly, slowly make your way up to seated. Coming up, and we're going to draw our right ear down towards our right shoulder. And then take a half a head roll, taking our left ear over to our left shoulder. And then dropping your chin down in towards your chest, honoring yourself for showing up for your practice this morning. Well done you for showing up. Thank you for joining me. Oh, an applause with music, how nice. Thank you all for joining. Bring your head to stack above your heart now. Bring your arms up to the sky. Inhale, reach up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your thumbs past your forehead. Positive thoughts, past your lips, positive words, down to your heart, positive intentions. Namaste. Thanks for sharing your practice with me this morning. Have a brilliant day. Get out